everybody. Welcome back to Whisper to a Screen.
Hey,
I'm
Cheryl.
Cheryl,
I'm Bernard.
and we are here just to, do some down roots talking around the table.
That's what I'm talking about.
Talk about what's going on in
Right.
the world today.
Right.
So let's start talk about some of our ongoing stories that we
Yeah.
have been talking about for the last. This is what our 6th or 7th episode. Which one is this, Bernard?
This is actually going to be marked our 8th.
Oh my goodness, we're getting on up there. Hey,
I'm lying,
moving on up,
Seventh. Yeah, go ahead.
Since our last podcast, we talked about Bill O'Reilly.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we were talking about how he was sexually harassing everybody.
Right. And the possibility of him being fired.
Fox News didn't want to fire him, but they did. So since then, he's been fired.
Yeah.
But, good old boy, they are, some other people want him in, so
there you go.
You'll probably seeing him around.
There you go. Yeah, we'll see him in the funny papers. Yes,
right. And the other one of our ongoing stories that we have been really, it's like, why is that type of story?
Yeah.
Is that, why is it that, what's her name, Elizabeth, what's the little girl's name that was kidnapped by her teacher?
Elizabeth Thomas, yeah.
Yeah, what you said.
Right.
Well, anyway, her teacher, I mean, she was found and got sent back home, and then her story, she's still in the news.
Exactly. That's my point. Here,
the
whole time, every show, we've been saying how the 10 missing girls in D.C., nothing.
Right.
And we
never made the news at all.
And now, Elizabeth, and don't get me wrong, it's still a horrible story. We got to keep. It's
right.
a horrible.
She's
been found.
We're so glad
we're
she
still
was found.
talking about her.
Yeah.
And guess what?
We're glad she was found.
And we're
but
still.
when we live in a nation where everybody should be important.
Absolutely.
Yes, we should do a story on her, but we should also be doing stories about these other young girls who are being kidnapped or
and I still
missing.
Wonder why not, Cheryl.
And we still wonder why they're not talking about it. And I went to a function about human trafficking last week, and I'm wondering if it's because this human trafficking, they said that it makes more money than drugs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
These girls, not only just girls, but boys too.
But okay, yeah. But I guess the price per unit.
More money on the streets than drugs. So who's buying it? Your fathers, your mothers, your uncles. These men are prostituting these young girls, and Johns are buying it, and they're making more money than they do of all the drugs combined on the street.
Remember the pastors that we talked about in Ohio that are being prosecuted? There's been some more information that's come out about them too, but I mean, there's no telling who's doing it. We don't know how extensive it is. But sure, I didn't realize it was making that kind of money, more than drugs. I didn't know that.
Yes, more than drugs.
All right.
Yeah. So, anyway, those are our ongoing stories, and we'll continue to scream about, these young ladies and how what's going on with them, and why they're not in the news, and then we'll just keep it up front.
Every time.
And you guys talk about it. You talk about it around your table in your neighborhood.
Please do, y'all. Please do.
Yeah, when you talk about it, pray for these young girls to get back home, and that they get help once they get back home.
Exactly.
So we got another story. Let's move on to the Wall Street story. I just happened to be looking at the news one day, and here you go, your boy, your new boy was signing a presidential decree or something. What you call it, executive order?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, the executive order, and he was repealing the Dodd-Frank Wall Street Act.
Dodd-Frank.
The Dodd-Frank. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
The Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform Act that President Obama put into effect when he was in I think it's around 2008, 2009.
Something like that, right?
Yeah. And we should be concerned about that.
Yes.
We really should be concerned about that. This administration said they want to have a better America, but the reason why this act was put into effect was to protect the consumer.
Exactly, right.
Against high risk deals that the banks were making.
Right.
And it came this act came as a result of the Obama administration having to bail out Wall Street.
Right.
We call it a white man's or big boys welfare act.
Right, that's what
they
it
got
is.
welfare from the
And
government.
it's corporate welfare. But see,
corporate welfare. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, but then they call that nation building. But when minorities are involved, it's called welfare. So don't get it twisted. It's nation building.
When you try to feed your family.
Exactly. Right. Hey, I get
you're lazy, no good.
Exactly.
But after you spend up all of our money and make these risky deals, and you getting ready to crash the economy of America, it's corporate nation building.
So this Dodd-Frank thing was really to monitor the goings-ons of financial institutions and including the Securities Exchange Corporation, and so that they just wouldn't make crazy schemes just to make money and not provide for their clients.
Right.
So, and it was doing that. Go ahead, Sharon. Let me cut you off.
No, you're good. Okay. I'm good.
Okay, but and it would and it was doing that. But now that the Republicans have gotten in, they are stripping all that away. So now, before when they had restraints and regulations, now they no longer have them. In fact, the Republicans have this program that they're calling Choice. And, what did I say Choice stands for?
Creating hope and opportunity for investors, consumers, and entrepreneurs.
Right.
Well, they got the word consumers in there, so what are they saying? So what does that really mean?
No, they're trying to make us feel like we're included.
We're part of it.
Yeah, and we're part of it. You're part of this. You with us. But listen, we know better than that, because the main part of that was with the Dodd-Frank Act, was to protect us. But now all those protections that we have are being stripped away. There's no place you can go to now, and complain or have any kind of redress for any of this. And so what they're saying now is that before they had to take the consumer and take him in mind when they were making any kind of investment, and now it's all about profits. You can make a profit. So consumers, people like you and me, beware, because now when you participate in those programs and you invest in those programs, you are totally at your own risk. You don't have you no longer have on a life jacket in those waters. You're at your own risk. So just know that.
Or the possibility of even getting your money back when they do something that was really crazy.
Can't get
that. History showed us that when you let big business do what they want to do,
that's exactly
they always hurt the people.
Exactly.
They always hurt the people.
Somehow they make us pay for it.
Yeah.
So any mortgage schemes that come up, for us, credit card schemes that come up, we have no protection and no redress. You better do your homework before you do. Remember the last time when what was that term you used, Cheryl? We all went upside down in our mortgages.
People were allowed to buy homes, and then their mortgages became upside down.
Right.
Where their homes were not worth as much as what they owed on the house.
Number one, and then there were balloon payments that you talked about. You knew going in that at the end of 3 years
you were going to have
this balloon payment, and you say,
I think I'll be able to make it. The interest rate would go down, and you could refinance your house.
Exactly, right. But in the meantime, because the financial institutions participated in all that risky behavior, you lost your job. Mm-hmm. Many of us lost our jobs to the point we had to abandon homes. They were already undervalued. So all we're saying is, and we're gonna keep up with this story too. Just remember, folks, from now on, when you're out there, do your homework, because it's all on us as individuals, families or groups. It's no longer on the corporations. All they have to do, their main thing now is strictly to make profits, and now they're
bottom line, how much money can I make?
They're making no bones about it. But
sometimes money is not the most important thing, people. It's taking care of each other, loving each other, respecting each other.
Yeah, that's absolutely important. I agree.
Money is important, but it ain't the most important.
It ain't. And that's why when we start, we're going to talk about the legalization of marijuana. You might need some.
Oh yeah.
At the rate that corporations are going to be taking us now, you're going to need. But we want to laugh at it too. But there's some serious things about about marijuana. But we all realize the medicinal value of marijuana when it comes to glaucoma, treating people who suffer nausea from what do you call that? Sure, help me.
Radiation treatment.
Yeah, radiation treatment, that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it helps with that.
Chemotherapy,
chemotherapy, or if you have cancer or even AIDS or whatever, it can help build your appetite. It helps in so many areas, and also
it's a herb that was put here by God, so it's a herb and it has good things. But if you take it and you take it to the negative, it can do some negative things to your brain.
Yeah, we know it won't mess you up like alcohol will mess you up.
Right.
But it can still. And it's not like cocaine or methadone or anything like that.
Or the opiate drugs, yeah.
But it can still mess you up. And even though there haven't been any recorded deaths that can be tied directly to
indirectly, but not directly.
But it still has some issues. Like it's been shown that the THC can exacerbate certain pre-existent mental conditions, and that's your area, Cheryl.
Right. What marijuana, the THC, if somebody has a mental disorder, that means that their brain chemicals are already out of sync. So when you introduce different chemicals to the brain, it can make it even more out of sync. It can do more damage. And in some people, it might, do some good, but we don't know who it's going to affect. So it needs to be monitored. That's why I think it should stay for municipal purposes rather than recreational use.
Yeah, medicinal. That's medicinal.
Yeah, because it affects everybody's brain chemical differently. And if you get a certain combination of the marijuana, say if you get a marijuana that has maybe, you get a bad batch of it that has fungus on it, you're really in trouble then.
Yeah. Well, sure, you just got deep on me. I wasn't even, aware of all that.
I went to school for something.
Yeah. But there's also a controversy that pot was a contributing factor in a handful of deaths with people who had underlying cardiovascular conditions.
Right,
I think I told you, Cheryl, of somebody, here in this city that I know who was starting to have heart palpitations. They went to the doctor, and the doctor asked him, "Hey, do you smoke marijuana?" And he said yes. And he said, "It's marijuana." He stopped.
Right.
And he stopped.
And he stopped having heart palpitations.
And he stopped having.
In a very
changed his personality too.
Right. And a very few people who have this rare cardiovascular problem, THC helps to bring that to the forefront. You may have a dormant gene or something, but THC will help bring it undormant and cause you to have a heart problem.
There's another issue too, Cheryl, that states that there's been an uptick in instances of something called cannabinoid hyperemesis. I'm sorry, hyperemesis. I did say it right. Syndrome, and it's a mysterious illness that causes severe abdominal pain and vomiting, but it's not. It's not deadly, and all you have to do is just stop using the marijuana. But the issue that Cheryl and I are both, this is our real concern, is when it comes to young people.
Right. This is what we're screaming about.
Yes. This is the scream. How do we make sure that young people get educated? Because we know, if you've ever been around anybody that's used marijuana, or used it yourself in the past or whatever, you know that it can do a lot of things. One of the things it can do, besides making you hungry, is that,
munching.
Right, exactly. It gives you a short attention span.
Right.
On one end, and on the other end, you can dwell on one thing much too long than you need to.
Duh.
So now you have these potentially brilliant minds of young people, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, that are in school right now, and who start to use this recreationally. It's going to destroy their minds.
Well, it's going to change their mind. I wouldn't say destroy would probably be a wrong.
I say it's destroy.
It would change their minds, and it might change their minds for the worse. And I guess you could say destroy, but as a scientist, you don't say destroy. You say what it changes it.
Yeah, well,
it changes
from
the
a brother
way
from around the way, you say it's going to destroy, man. I mean, so we want to make sure they get educated.
Yeah.
To hold off from using it until they get to be a certain age, because like Cheryl and I are saying, it's coming. We know it's coming as soon as they're working out all the particulars.
Yeah. Now. Oh yeah, California, they can't wait. It's a pot house on every corner, almost like
exactly.
pot house.
And Cheryl,
but it's not legal yet. It won't become legal until the beginning of next year.
Of 18,
but what they're doing now is they're trying to figure out how they're going to legalize it, how they're going to monitor it, how they're going to. How do they do milk when they refine it and
legal
homogenize?
Right.
They want to know how they're going to homogenize it.
Right.
And that's what they're doing now, trying to figure all that out.
Legal for recreational use. I think it's already legal
for recreational use.
Right. Yes, it's just going to get crazy, but we're also going to stay on that story because that is going to be an ongoing thing, and we already know that. And
and one thing I just want to mention that since the California voted it in, and people just started saying, "Oh, it's going to be legal," and they start smoking it out in the public. They just start smoking it. Oh, we've had more accidents. We've had more auto deaths here in our neighborhood. It's been crazy in there, and some people are attributing to. A lot of people are attributing to the drug, the marijuana smoke. And I'm like, well, how come it didn't do it before? But
exactly. Hey. Good point, Cheryl. That's a good point. But what I was going to say earlier is that I'm here in the Bible Belt. And even, here in the Bible Belt, they're starting to legalize it for medicinal purposes. I'm in Georgia. And so there's stuff on the table right now about legalizing it. And even in the city of Atlanta, they're supposed to have had a vote last week, but they decided to take it off the table for some reason. What they want to do is if you have an ounce or less in the city of Atlanta, you're going to get written a ticket for like $75 instead of going to jail for years and years behind marijuana, especially.
That's not stopping you from using it, because I just talked to a person that said that they were able to get drugs more readily while they were in prison than they did when they were on the street.
Hey, and you know what, Cheryl? It's even
that's crazy.
It's even worse now, because I hear that story all the time with people who have been in and out. That you might even want to go in because you're going to get drugs, and it's you might even be getting a better quality. A better quality.
Yeah. Well, one thing I do want to mention to our listeners, and what we've been talking about around our table, and that is that we may not be able to stop our young people from using because it's become so popular.
Right.
But we want them to be informed.
Yeah, that's
if you make a decision, make an informed decision. Do your research. Make sure your kids know what marijuana is and what it is not.
Right.
Make sure they know that for recreational use, it can be dangerous and it can be habit forming and it can lead to other drugs that can cause you a problem, because your body gets that first high and your body keeps saying, give me that again, and then it'll never get that again, so you go to higher things.
Yeah,
and that's what causes such a stigma and a fear of marijuana.
Well, that's with anything.
Just be aware. Just be informed.
Well, just like Sade said in that song, it's never as good as the first time.
First time.
No matter what it is. You know what I'm saying? It never is. Cheryl, another reason why we might need to think about marijuana is the situation that's going on in North Korea.
I know. I keep hearing about that young person.
And
the other day, Trump said, the reporter said, "Well, are you going to retaliate?" He said, "I don't know. We'll see."
Yeah.
He don't want the media or the journalists to know nothing about what he's doing. He wants everything to be a surprise.
Right.
I cracked up when he said, "I don't know. I will see." It's like keeping everybody in the dark.
Right. But it's like they're having a pissing contest, because on the one hand, you kick back and you say, why do Americans think that we're the only people who are sane enough, rational enough to own and manage a nuclear bomb system? Why can't Korea have one? But then you think about during the Korean War, when we went over there and we bombed that country so bad, they had no natural resources. They had no sustenance.
Right.
They had to live underground during the daylight hours, and then come out at night to do their farming and take it and manage all the other societal things that go on at night, and then retreat back, to the underground. So it makes me say, well, Korea, why do you want to think a nuclear bomb? You think about coming over here and bombing us in retaliation? And I ain't with that. Mm-mm. I don't know about you, Cheryl, but I ain't with that. So on the one hand, I'm
right. But I do want us to be protected, and I don't want America to have those type of bombs.
We got them
but already. We live in a world where this is possible, and they're working on it, and
right.
History has shown us you work on it long enough, you go get there.
Yeah, that's true.
But I just don't want us to be bullies about it. I don't want us to be bullies.
Exactly. That's the thing.
Where it antagonizes them to go ahead and bomb us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's
so one thing Bernard and I have been worried about is if this happens, say they do get the bomb, and then we go to war.
Right.
Our children are going to be drafted.
There you go, Cheryl. Good point. Good point, Cheryl. And you know what? And I'm going to talk about this particular president that Cheryl calls the new guy. But I'm going to think about the new guy and his children. Even though he seems to be so gung ho about this, I don't think he's going to send his sons or daughters as representative of what he says he really believes for this country. And the people who are going to be going are going to be our children.
But that's just our opinion, people. We're not fake news. We're just saying this is our opinion.
Right. And even though we're probably right, no, you know what I mean? They're going to be sending our children over there to, and even though we all believe in America, there's no place, we said it before, there's no place in the world that we want to live except here. We want America to be secure. But we don't, like Cheryl said, don't want to do it at the risk of being a bully. And on the other end, in addition to that, we don't want to do it to the point where only our children, the workaday person's children, are going over to fight this war, and not the leaders who say they feel so strongly about this situation.
Yeah, they send all of us out there, but they the one that feels strongly about it. We don't feel nothing about it.
Right.
What we going to war for?
Yeah.
But if we were a more united nations, where we really, really were united, I don't think we would have a problem with defending our nation.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, just like what we said, what we're saying about Korea. I mean, horrible situation. It was horrible, but I'm not going to let you come over here and bomb me.
No.
I'm just not. And let's face it, we hate to admit it. We hate to admit it because we think about our lifestyle. And we don't want to give it up. I mean,
but the thing about it, what kills me is that our history shows us that in America, you send the people to war. The volunteers will go, and then you have a draft, and then they come back to America, just like in the case of the Vietnam War, or in the World War II, or in the Korean War.
Right.
All the wars that we fought, and then the black men that come back, they're always spit upon or disrespected, and they fought for the country too.
Yeah, color people. Same thing with the Latino,
and
the Asian,
and the Koreans, and the American Korean, whoever is America, and they want to fight for their country. They come back and they don't get the love and respect that they deserve.
It's like didn't I just go fight so that we could have this lifestyle?
Right.
And now I come back,
and you're telling me eat in your restaurant?
Right. Yeah. You telling me it's not for me?
Right.
I don't get it. Sure, was another ongoing story, folks, because this is going to develop. I hope it de-escalates. I hope somebody gets a rational mind and decides they want to de-escescalate this whole thing.
Well,
so they keep going on.
Now you said a rational mind. Well, you got two.
Well, I did.
Well,
I guess I lost my mind for a minute. But
you got a bully
wishful thinking
and a fool.
That's right. And I'm not sure which one is which.
I don't know which one.
You know what I'm saying?
But they're doing it kind of like woo-hoo.
Exactly. You think that's something, Cheryl? Cheryl, how about I got for our what is that story of this of the week or whatever you want to call it? It's a woman in California, out in Orange County,
That's my neck of the woods.
Yeah, that's your neck of the woods, right? She had bought some groceries, was fishing for her credit card, and the cashier, who happened to be white, the woman happened to be black. Yep, yeah, hey, you're right. Says so the cashier says, oh, you can use your EBT card, which is your welfare card, your food stamp card.
Oh my gosh!
And she's like,
no, she didn't.
Yeah, she did. She did. Mistake. Big mistake.
She just assumed that the sister got a big EBT card.
Oh my gosh! So the sister, took offense. How dare you
I'm
think
sure she did.
when I'm fishing for my credit card that I would have an EBT card? So she went to the manager, no relief. She went to the regional manager, still no relief. So she kept causing such a stir because she felt really offended that this woman would think that just because she was black that she would that she would have this card. It's like, how dare you? So the region,
I bet you that cashier thought that she was being helpful.
Yeah, exactly. Sure, right. I bet she. You know what?
They don't even know when they prejudice.
Exactly. I'll bet she thought the same thing too, Cheryl. I bet she did. Well, she's gonna think about it twice from now on. So what the manager did is that he offered the black woman, $500 and said, "Hey, you better take this because this is all you're gonna get." Something like that. And that just sent her. Now she has an attorney.
Now she gonna sue him.
And now she's gonna sue him. And if we can, we'll try to follow this story. But this is one
find out what happens.
Yeah, this is the one.
That's interesting.
Why is that?
That's one of the things we want to keep screaming about. America, you're supposed to be united.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not supposed to take for granted or take people for granted or assume anything about anybody, about their color, their race, how they live.
Right.
We are all Americans and we need to love each other, respect each other. I don't have to like you, but I need to respect you. You know?
Yeah. You ain't got to live in my community, nor me in yours, but we are a vast, big, wide range of different communities. That come together for the common cause of the United States. And there's a law of the land. And it doesn't just apply to some. America is here for everybody because everybody is here. We got to start acting like it. If we don't start acting like it, all I can tell you is it ain't going to be right for nobody.
Right. And a house divided would certainly fall. Yeah. The big powers. I mean, if you're a Bible reader, you see that there's a lot of prophecy going forth about the last days.
Okay, Cheryl, and let's move on because you get me to do that, but I understand. And same thing in the Quran, and I'm sure it's the same thing, for people who follow Buddha with cause and effect. It is coming. I was playing when I cut you off like that, Cheryl, but you're absolutely right. It is written, and people are talking about it.
You weren't playing.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, no, Cheryl, I really was.
I'm just teasing.
Yeah. I know. Really was. I understand the importance of that, but we all see it, and everybody knows that there's something ain't right. Right. Everybody I talk to, everybody knows something ain't right. So it's going to be really important to pull it together. Just like there was a big rally. Oh, I know I'm getting off subject, Cheryl.
No, it's okay because we rounded down, and this is a story that needs to be told.
Yeah, we do. But you know what? Sure, we've only got about 2 minutes. You believe this? We got about 2 minutes left in the show, so I'm going to scratch all that and go to our good news story, Cheryl.
Right.
And our good news story is this high school in Memphis, Tennessee. I think they've only got something. They've only got something about like 2,000 students. I think their graduating class has garnered more than $80 million in scholarship offers.
And they said we couldn't learn nothing.
Right. Hey, wait a minute. And here's the thing. And I know you don't always like it when I say it, Cheryl, and they were black.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow!
They were black. You know what I mean?
And they said blacks can't learn. They said the blacks could read. The black couldn't do it. Hey, we are kings and queens.
It might seem like we've been
brought over to here in America. We got good minds.
Right. It might seem like we're being defensive, but there have been so many areas where we have been, our disposition, who we are has been lied upon in almost every turn.
Right.
So that's why every turn we want to uncover, turn over every rock where that lie has been, Right.
But I know we got to go. I know we got to go. But what just came to my mind about that, you know, back in the, you know, one thing about a black man, when a black man is dedicated to taking care of his family, he is so smart. He figures out a way to do
resourceful.
He hustles.
Right,
and each time, that's a businessman, you ask me. That's a businessman.
Exactly.
And he does what he has to do, and he does, and he takes care of his family. So, hey, brothers, and y'all listen out there, I'm proud of y'all. Y'all know y'all got it down. Just remember, you are kings.
Right.
Remember that.
You're kings.
Same thing
for black women.
All this other nonsense.
Same thing for black women when they have to do it too, Cheryl. Same thing.
Right.
But Cheryl, I don't know.
Well, you know we're smarter.
Okay, all right. I knew it. On that note, listen, I can't believe it. We've come to the end of another installment. I still got plenty to talk about. I know you do too, Cheryl. But one thing I want to talk about, I want everybody to kind of, number one, please. We know you haven't been leaving comments yet. Please leave a comment. Let us know what you think about this story. Let us know what you think about us. We don't care what you say as long as you really mean it. You know, if it's good, bad, indifferent, please leave some comments. So we want to know if you're moving in the same direction or different directions, or should we be thinking about moving in another direction as well. But leave your comments. Please click on the like button, please, or we would really appreciate it if you subscribe. And one of the things that I am that I really like what I'm seeing is Cheryl's new hairstyle. I love it, Cheryl. I love it. Nice, natural, and clean.
My stylist, her name is Kelsey, and she's a natural hairstylist, and this is all my hair.
Wow. You know, Cheryl, I thought part of it was some kind of attachment. It's all yours?
Yeah, it's all my hair. It's natural stuff.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. All right, Cheryl, we got to go.
Okay,
all right. So thank you, everybody.
Enjoy your day. Have a wonderful time. Hope to see you again.
Well, Cheryl said everything I wanted to say. Okay. Bye now.